Could I now please ask another great friend of Cyprus, Roger Gale, to address us? Roger.
Kalispera. I propose to be very brief because a number of my colleagues want to speak to you, and I have a sneaking feeling that there will be a vote on the floor of the House within the next 20 minutes or so. Maybe a little bit longer than that, but we haven't got too much time before the bell will ring. I also owe you an apology, and I'm particularly pleased that I'm able to be here tonight because, again, for the first time in very many years, I can't be in Trafalgar Square on Sunday, but I shall most certainly be with you in spirit. About 2 hours ago now, I suppose, a group of us went outside the St Stephen's entrance and met with some of the relatives of the missing persons. 35 years. 35 years without knowing where your brother is, your son is, your husband is, your children are. Is that acceptable? Is that really acceptable in today's world? No, of course it's not. Of course not. It is wholly unacceptable. It's inhumane. It's a breach of just about every human right that there is. And it's being perpetrated by an aspirant state, a Turkey that wants to join the European Union. Well, I believe that the missing persons have a right to closure. They have a right to know the truth, whatever that truth is, so that people can rest in peace. And somehow we have to help from here to bring that about. I have a huge admiration for President Christofias. I think that he has conducted and continues to conduct his talks with Mr Talat with tenacity, with determination, and above all, with immense dignity. But it must be enormously frustrating for him to sit as the President of the Republic of Cyprus across a table and to talk with somebody that he knows cannot deliver. As Peter Drishos has said, the solution lies in Turkey, and beyond Turkey, I believe that the solution lies in the United States. I don't believe that Turkey will make a move unless the United States says move. We can say and believe and mean that Turkey will not join the European Union. But effectively, if Turkey is part of the United States, perhaps they don't need to. So I think we have to look west as well as east in bringing such pressure as we can bring to bear on the issue, to try to make our American friends understand that this is not acceptable, to try to make them understand that this is potentially a very dangerous situation and one that could blow up at any time and destabilize still further an already destabilized Middle East. The solution has to be free and fair and properly negotiated. Eddie referred to the property issues. That is one very, very important factor. And we've noticed, we know that over the last few years, a building programme has been taking place in the north and properties have been sold to United Kingdom citizens quite deliberately to lock that deal in. And like Eddie, I read this week of a number of people who'd bought properties near Kyrenia who were having difficulties with their deeds. Well, there's a surprise. I think some of us have been saying for a very long time indeed, don't do it. Even the Foreign Office, poor thing that it is, says on its website, for anybody who actually bothers to read it, which isn't many, if you're thinking of buying in the northern part of Cyprus, do beware, because the property that you're buying may well be either stolen or built on stolen land. But it is a problem, and we have to recognise that, and we have to be very careful not to allow the interests of those United Kingdom citizens who have quite improperly invested in the north to allow to bring undue influence to bear upon the government of the United Kingdom. That is a problem that does have to be solved. And until it's solved, there won't be a solution. And I don't believe, and I never have believed, that there can be a solution to the reunification of the island under one government while there is a single Turkish soldier on Cypriot soil. I've said from the plinth in Trafalgar Square, and I'll say to you now, we would not tolerate this. We, the British, would not tolerate uninvited foreign troops on our soil anywhere in the world, never mind in the United Kingdom. So why should the Cypriot people be expected to tolerate this? It is intolerable. If you talk to people who don't know much about Cyprus, who haven't, as we all have, lived with this issue for 35 years and more, they're quite astonished to discover that there is a state, a member state of the European Union, that is occupied, in part, by an aspirant state of the European Union. They simply cannot understand that this has been allowed to go on for so long. And if you then tell them about the United Nations resolutions that stretch from here to kingdom come, all saying this is wrong, they stare at you in blank amazement. Outside a Turkish enclave, there is no acceptance of this situation whatsoever internationally, and nor can there be, and nor must there be. So we have to go on. You have to hold faith. We have to hold faith. Together, we have to continue to work as hard as we can to support those, like the President of the Republic and others, who are negotiating. But we have to drive on until a fair solution is achieved. Efforts.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Roger, for your contribution. It was very much appreciated.